Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 11th to the 17th of September 2017. Mercury has returned into Virgo on the last leg of the Mercury retrograde, and this one's quite interesting because it's sandwiched between the recent full moon in Pisces and heading towards the new moon in Virgo on the 20th. So we had the full moon in Pisces, which probably brought up quite a lot for people last week. It was a grand culmination really of all the eclipses and of the first two phases of Mercury retrograde as everything came up for clearing. Took us back to the beginning of July, where everything has seemed to hang in the balance since then. There's been other retrogrades in the story, and it's quite remarkable because we've had Saturn turning direct and Uranus turning retrograde, both taking their time to do this throughout the whole of August. And time's the word really here, because Saturn and Uranus are both the rulers of time. So with one going forwards and one going backwards, but taking their time over the whole month, we've had this feeling of being held in time. We've had an opportunity to stop thinking of time as a linear, progressive, and stop trying to push forward, stop trying to plan, stop trying to control the future with our mind and see where we're going, and to just hang out in the timelessness and reconnect to the spirals of time. So a very, very still yet active August. Active because lots come up, active because we've had lots to learn, but very still because the lessons have been to be still and to not have to know and to not have to push forwards. So we're coming out of that phase now, and it's worth just taking a retrospective there and seeing what have we learnt. Have we been able to be still? Have we connected with our deeper inner being? And have we been able to let go and surrender and go with the flow when everything's been turning inwards and outwards throughout the whole of that month? So in a way we've caught up with our soul. It's been quite a good month to do that because it's quite a quiet month, especially in the business world, as it's a holiday month. So just to be still, just to reflect, and just to recalibrate with all of these changes going on. But now Mercury moves into Virgo, back on the forward stretch, and as we head towards the next new moon in Virgo on the 20th, we will see the echo, the time shadow of everything that was going on at the beginning of July, but moved on to a higher, deeper level. In the middle of the week we have some aspects. We have Venus trine Saturn on Wednesday. So Venus in Leo trining, which is a positive harmonic, to Saturn now direct in Sagittarius. These two join forces to help us focus our attention on what we're building. So Venus is what we love, who we love, how we love, the things we care about and what we value. And in Leo that's big and golden hearted, so we've gone to the heart of what we really love and how, in order to reconnect and to start to move from that space rather than the mind. And Saturn likes to put structure into place, so going forwards now on the last leg in Sagittarius through to December, when Saturn will move into Capricorn, we've got the home straight there to actually aim our bow and arrow, to structure those loving, those exciting, those joyful vibrations that we feel deep within, and to activate them, but really coming from that deep space. So a very lovely harmonic there to work with on Wednesday. What are we contributing to? Now that the mind is in alignment with the heart, what are we thinking? What are we feeling? And what are we acting upon? And what will that contribute to in the future? This is a loose way to start making a plan for the autumn months. But straight away by Thursday we have the Sun square Saturn. So there's no need to activate that just yet, because the Sun will want to put the small detail in place. The Sun will want to actually have that mental plan. And Saturn likes a broad landscape. It doesn't like to be fenced in. It wants broad horizons and the freedom to travel and expand. So by Thursday we may be looking at, once again, where the limited mind and where the conditioned mind and where we're used to planning in a certain small way needs to be vastly expanded. What we focus our attention on and what we're building for longevity, that's important. but there's more introspection to be done. There's more self-worth to be examined, to make sure that what we are starting to create now is actually going to be big enough for us, deep enough for us, and take us further. So with Virgo, there's always a temptation to go back into the mind, but overthinking never solved anything. And we have been held in the balance, like I say, so that we're not so reliant on having to think. We can calm the mind through the heart, so Venus is there saying, yes, but what's golden? And where's your inner gold? Work from that space, radiate outwards. So there's still a bit of balancing there to be done between the mind and the heart on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday this week. So we have Mercury going forwards, we have Uranus turning retrograde, we have Saturn going forwards, but it doesn't stop there. As we head towards the end of the month, over the autumn equinox, we then meet Pluto turning direct. So for most of this month, Pluto is stationary, and this adds to that still feeling as well. Since April, Pluto has been retrograde, so we can take ourselves back to April now. We've been firming up our foundations, going to look at what really matters to us, what we stand on and for, our values, our roots, and our solidarity with ourselves and the world that we're creating around us. So that's all in a still point at the moment, and it feels like once we get to the end of September, with all of these changes having happened, then we're strong and firm on our feet with Pluto. We've connected all summer with the light in the centre of each cell, to connect there, to make our plan from there, to radiate from there, rather than thinking and forcing things to happen and controlling. We've been held in the balance with Saturn and Uranus saying, yes, but what is time? Where are you on your own timeline? Can you get back into connection with your own biorhythms and with the cycles of time, to know to be in the right place at the right time by listening to your intuition and following your inner guidance? So we've had a real workout, an esoteric workout over the summer. Many may think that it's things from the outside that have been impacting on them, so they may say, well, I lost my job, or I had to move house, and we always project onto the outside. But we're coming into the last 3 weeks of September now, and it's worth looking at that from a deeper aspect. What are you standing on and for? What do you value? Where are you coming from? Where's your integrity? Where's your alignment? What's your motivation? And without the limitations of the past, what is the bigger plan? What are you here to do, to be, and to contribute to? So much going on at once here that it feels like almost we're forced into a state of inertia, because it's a delicious confusion, not having to know, surrendering, letting go. But what we can see is by the time we go through the new moon in Virgo, the equinox, and Pluto turns direct, as we head into October, then we have a couple of months where everything is a fairly clear road ahead. So this will really depend on where you've been, what you've reconnected with, what you care about, and then stepping forward with that sovereignty. That's going to be the message of the end of September and into the beginning of October. So it's the final recalibrations, the fine-tuning, the realizations. Have a look at how much you've changed since April, since early July. Maybe have a look back at everything that seems to have happened externally and find that deeper message. What did I want to learn from this is the key question that we ask in soul astrology. So a very harmonic chart coming up for the week forwards, but still held in that balance, still doing the final summing up, making those realizations, seeing how much further on we are as far as our own empowerment, as far as having got rid of programs, fears, anxieties, coming from a smaller place, need, control and attachment. That's the meditation for this week, to just realize how much we've actually let go of, and to expand into the space that is left, to radiate out from the heart, and to feel a sense of levity, simplicity and joy permeate the cells of our body. We've come back to our true selves, our soul selves, and connecting with our deeper mission. And this doesn't happen overnight. So for this week, just swim in those waters, just reconnect with all the parts of yourself that you've met and you've changed and you've upgraded. Bring them all back together. Celebrate the uniqueness that is you. And get ready to be magnificent going forwards. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. Please feel free to share these horoscopes with your friends and to come and subscribe to me on YouTube at Zoe Astro if you'd like to receive them directly each week. As we go back to school, this is a great time to start learning, so I have a number of online courses. I have a 13-module astrology degree, a trilogy of tarot, and 3 courses to work with the moon and the elements. So with those you get a video and some notes to follow along and email access to me. And with the astrology course you get free membership to my online members group for lively and friendly discussion. You're welcome to come and join the group anyway for a £5 a month subscription, where we can have a look at what's going on this week and tie it into your chart and how you can make the most of it, as well as other interesting subjects being discussed. And of course I'm available for one-to-one readings, astrology and tarot, recorded MP3, and that's in person or over Skype. So for any of that, please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com.